Hey, what's going on, people? Your boy Mad Mike coming at you guys with a quick ASKMADMIKE segment. If you're new to the channel, go hit that subscribe button. Tell your friends to come chat Falcons football with your boy. Also, join the Mad Mike membership, $199, $599, $9.99. All right, so let's get straight to it. Family Man 7SF. All right. Good question. I think it's Raheem Morris. Since Raheem Morris is in charge of the defense, if he's in charge of the defense, that's a little ad-lib from myself, but do you think it's possible that not having a preseason has anything to do with the undisciplined playing Atlanta did? I'm really hoping so. Hope we smooth things out over the next few games. This is a very good question. I'm just going to be real, man. I'm just going to be real. I say no because the Falcons, they just haven't been consistent on defense. I'm not just going to, maybe it does have something to do with not having a preseason, but being that the Falcons have had a history of not really playing well, playing consistently well on the defensive side of the ball, man. These guys just, I just got to say hell no. I'm just going to be honest. I'm going to just say hell no. I don't think this has anything to do with the Atlanta Falcons not having a preseason, because I see a lot of teams that they haven't had preseason also. Not to say that these guys didn't struggle with communication, that these guys didn't struggle with just being on a new team. Todd Gurley, if you've seen him early in the game, when Matt Ryan was getting pressure, he needed Todd Gurley to kind of run, to look before running a screen, and the communication with Todd Gurley and Matt Ryan wasn't there. So there's obviously, with some players, you would think that there's a communication issue, and without a doubt, like I said, I'm not trying to say that not having a preseason game has nothing to do with it, because there obviously are struggles with the team. You look at the offensive line, and understanding, having communication, chemistry with one another. It's a huge part of the game that is, it's really, really important. And these are the things, the small intricate details of just football that a lot of people just take for granted. So I'm not belittling or dismissing the possibility of not having a preseason, and it, kind of, I'm gonna just say this. All right, if it was something that happened the entire game, I would say, without a doubt, that it wouldn't. But being that the Falcons had, things during the game, spots during the game that they weren't necessarily dealing with chemistry issues, and especially on the defensive side. They played well in the secondary for a long period of time. They played well for the most part, as far as chemistry is concerned. That was a bad pass interference call from Ricardo Allen. I think that really broke up the chemistry, that broke up the game, kind of, gave Seattle a lot of momentum. That was something that I thought that was just a bad, I think that was just a bad call by the refs. It could have went any, I just thought it was just a bad call. I think Ricardo Allen had just as much right for the ball than the receiver. But look, if you don't have your head around fast enough for the refs, they're going to call that on the defense 9 times out of 10. So you also look at the secondary. You look at Russell Wilson and being 31 or 35. I don't think that has much to do with chemistry. I just think the Falcons have had a history with quarterbacks that when you look at these guys, Like they've made some terrible. They've really made terrible, bad quarterbacks who've lost their job. Lost their job look incredibly good. So I wouldn't necessarily say this is solely with not having a preseason, the chemistry issues and whatnot. The Falcons just, when it comes down to it, man, they lack the intelligence at times. And this is kind of crazy that I'm saying this, to be incredibly smart coaches, Raheem Morris, Dan Quinn, these guys are very smart. So to lack intelligence, or what a lot of people might say, it's just ego. It's all ego. These guys want to make sure that their defensive philosophy gets across, and it portrays them in the image of being a guru, that they just stick in something that's just not working. And this is the issue with the Atlanta Falcons. It's the same issue over and over and over again. They want to stay in the cover three. They want to stay in that soft zone without making vital adjustments, and it causes the teams win. It causes the team win. And this is something that I said last night, is that with Dirk Cutter, a lot of people say Dirk Cutter, he comes out of the game plan too fast. And that's the issue. When you have a defense that has been incredibly inconsistent, that kind of conveys over to the offense. Dirk Cutter is no longer confident in his defense. And people are like, Mike, what are you talking about? Why is Dirk Cutter worried about his defense? Well, he has to make sure that he call his best plays to make sure that they at least get back into the game. You know what I'm saying? Falcons are down 14-3 in the first quarter, and and the Falcons were down 14-3, and you're looking at an offense that has to abandon the run, and they have to get to the strength of the team. And the strength of the team is Matt Ryan and Julio. So a lot of people like to, point the finger at Dirk Cutter and say Dirk Cutter, he abandons the game plan too fast. Well, you got to look at it this way. I said it before. Like I said last night, man, when you have no confidence that your defense can get stops as an offensive coordinator, that definitely, kind of conflicts with your play calling, what you want to do, your game plan. You can't stick with the game. You can't stick with the running game when you're already down 2-3 scores in the game. So the defense have to get their crap together if we want to win games. If you want to see a better offensive game plan from Dirk Cutter, well, the defense has to get stops. You got to give your offensive coordinator something to work with. If he doesn't have confidence in his defense, the defense can get a stop, well, he's not going to call an excellent game. He's not going to call a balanced game. We need balance to win, and that's the way the Falcons have struggled. That's the way the Falcons have struggled. We want to see a running game, but when you have a defense that can't stop anybody, how can you stick with the running game? And you consistently have to. You must stick with passing the ball 40, 50 times a game, because your defense cannot get stopped. So when it all comes down to it, man, the defenses have to get their stuff right. Raheem Morris, Dan Quinn, these guys have to get their stuff right, man. And that's just the truth and the facts of the matter. And like I said before, man, if the Falcons can't get any consistency from their defense, if we're talking about Raheem Morris every single game, after a press conference, he has to apologize that he didn't get this done, and everybody taking the blame except for Dan Quinn. I'm just going to be real. Everybody taking the blame except for Dan Quinn, and Dan Quinn is the defensive core. He is the defensive guru. He's the head coach. This is his defense. Okay, this is his defense. This isn't Raheem Morris' defense. This is Dan Quinn's defense. So when you have that, this is something that I've said over and over again. When you have a head coach that is not, he doesn't have the intestinal fortitude to sit back and take responsibility for what he's doing, then you're gonna have consistent inconsistencies, and that's the Falcons on the defensive side of the ball. We have one game where we play excellent, and then the next couple of games, the defense can't do anything right. They make Jacoby Brissett look like a Hall of Famer. They make a lot of people look like they're Hall of Famers because they can't get consistent stops. And this is the issue. It's been wrong with the Atlanta Falcons for a long time. So let me know what you guys think about this. Continue to leave your questions, man, in the comments. I will get back to you. Family Man 7SF. Appreciate it. Your boy, man, Mike is out, man. Peace.